belongs to whom. With maybe the exception of Edelgard's, Claude's, and Hubert's, because I haven't played their roots very often. But the tea time is always useful because I legit have to look it up every single time. Anyway, we are going to just accept this quest. We're probably not going to do it just yet because right now we only have one battle point, which is not a lot, and if I have the choice between going to the monastery and getting 2 to 3 meals done per day and getting instruction in everything and getting gardening done, or doing one lousy battle, I am going to the monastery because it's just going to be worth so much more. We're going to get so much more done if we go to the monastery.
Hey pal, haven't seen any suspicious types on the surface lately, have you? Beefy, mean-looking folks? Beautiful. Guess those lowlifes haven't tracked me down yet. Bounty hunters are the worst, yeah? They can't just let me be, so I have to go through the trouble of roughing them up.
Or you could just pay your debts, Balthus. How about that?
Nope. Someone's raising an army in the kingdom, I heard. Normally I wouldn't care about that kind of thing. But this army's picking a fight with the church, so as far as I'm concerned, more power to them. Hate's a strong word. I'm just saying, they might have a good reason to rebel. Rhea and her lackeys like to pretend they're always in the right, but they're not. No one is.
Yeah, you are aware that this army is also marching through innocent villages and shit like that, so... I'm not gonna give them credit for that.
Can't say I'm surprised about Lord Lenato launching a rebellion. The writing was on the wall. If anything, it's more surprising it didn't happen sooner. Lord Lenato answers to Count Rowe of Fargus, the man who adopted me. That's how I got into the academy. I'm not in contact with the Count anymore, but that's how I know so much. Gaspard territory smacks of war. It'll be interesting to see how things shake out.
It's not gonna turn out well for Lenato. Spoilers. Okay,
Mercy, I beg you! Costas never meant to attack the church. He was tricked. They don't understand that. They'll kill me. But you can let me go. Please!
I'm not actually sure if this turns out to be a lie or not. I would have to look up the dialogues because I haven't played this game in a while. But you can choose to either let him go or apprehend him. If you choose to apprehend him, Sophis will approve. Because, let's face it, this guy knew very well that basically trespassing on holy ground was punishable by death. So, you know, if you wanted to run away, you should have done that before you went to the Red Canyon, so no.
I understand. Then take me to the surface.
Ah, at least he's accepting it with dignity. Alright, let's go. Do we have anything new up here? No. No sauna yet.
Lord Lenato must know that his efforts are futile, yet he can't help but fight. If I were in that situation, I would do whatever it took to ensure victory. You can count on that.
Something about this situation doesn't feel right. Why would a minor lord raise an army against a foe he cannot possibly hope to defeat?
Alright, let's talk to Catherine. Unfortunately, we cannot recruit her just yet. I think that's only gonna happen in like 2 chapters from now.
Here to train? You really are as hardworking as they say. Spoken like a true hard worker.
So yeah, all of these objects that we're taking up here Like this one, a tattered overcoat with many holes and tears. It probably belongs to someone who often finds themselves in fights. So this little description gives you an idea of who this item belonged to. Every character has 3 lost items, except for the Ashen Wolves, who have 2. And if you give it back to the person it belongs to, you get support points with them. And if they are part of your house, they also get 2 bars of motivation. So if you pick up an item for someone who is in your house, it's worth it not handing it back immediately, but rather keeping it until you need them to be motivated. And if you pick up an item for somebody who is not on your team yet, it is worth it giving it back immediately, so you can basically increase your support with them and recruit them sooner. So this one, for example, we have, you even see here it says it looks like something Dimitri would own. Yeah, great. I could have gotten that from it being a heavy long iron sword. But this wooden button, for example, this is Raphael's button that seems to have popped off a man's shirt. Probably belongs to someone with large physique. The only character we have who has like shirt ripping physique in the game is Raphael. So we're gonna give this back, and we're gonna give this back for sure. And Dimitri, let's actually see. Yeah, we're also gonna give Dimitri's back because he needs 2 bars of motivation in order to make it to full motivation, which is going to be really useful. Okay. Just a little moment, guys. Have to take care of some work stuff for a moment. This is gonna take a minute. We are just before a game release, so sometimes things pop up that need to be dealt with immediately. There we go. Number 1. Number 2. And number 3. Come on. Alright, there we go. Sorry about that. Just needed to handle that for a moment.
Catherine, Her skill is impressive, I'll admit. So is her sword. But I think she's hiding something. Nobody knows anything about her past. You should spar with her. She's strong. Stronger than you are, I'd bet.
Yeah, you can't give a simple compliment without insulting somebody else, can you, Felix? And also, hello, Malguardian, and hello, What a Nerd. Welcome to the chat. Alright, Leonie.
I'm studying here so I could be the best there is, just like Captain Gerald. Do you think I've got it in me to be a top-tier mercenary, Professor?
And not if you keep on having this one-track mind of always only talking about Gerald.
I do. Though, it's about so much more than being rich. It's about honor.
If you're in it for honor, you should probably not be going for the mercenary route. That is super weird. Anyway. Let's see. Leonie is going to be easy to recruit for because she wants strength and lances. And we are going for lances anyway because we want to be Pegasus Knight. There are so many battle formations. There's actually no battle formations in this game.
Hey, Teach. There's some minor noble rebelling in Fargus, right? He has no chance of winning. I wonder what he hopes to achieve. Huh? Are you going along to help? Sounds like an easy victory, but good luck out there.
It is supposed to be an easy victory because remember, they are not actually supposed to get into any fighting. They are just supposed to be at the back cleaning up after the actual army. Okay, so unfortunately the exploration point increase does not apply in the week in which you get it, so we still only have 2 points. But next week and the week after we're going to have 3 points to spend, which is going to be very, very useful.
Goodness. I heard about your class's assignment, by the way. Good luck subduing those treasonous nobles.
If you play as Black Eagles, I think you also have an extra dialogue option here. Hello, Water Nerd. Welcome back. So, what all knights means is I'm going to only be using the Blue Lions and Byleth in battle, and I'm going to put all of them into master classes that are some kind of knight, like Dark Knights, Holy Knights, Great Knights, Bow Knights, and Falcon Knights. But I am recruiting everybody. I'm trying to do a 100% playthrough, so I am going to recruit everybody. I'm gonna do all the paralogues, everything. I'm gonna try to route every single map whenever possible, get all the items and all of that stuff.
Well,
it's definitely going to be quite the adventure. All right, let's go. There she is.
Pointing a sword at the Holy Church of Seros is akin to pointing a sword at the goddess herself, meting out appropriate punishment to the sinful. It is a sacred duty with which we have been entrusted. As a member of the church yourself, I hope that you will take that to heart.
It is a lot of stuff to try and do, yes, but I already know that I can do it because I've done this before. Oh, that was an elegant hair clip. That actually belongs to Rhea. We're gonna give that back right now.
Of course. As a member of the church,
Oh, we cannot yet because we haven't gotten the quest yet. Okay. With Rhea, it's important that you get her supports up as quickly as possible because her supports are extremely time locked. Like, they're extremely time sensitive. And I know I can actually do all the recruitment shit and stuff. That's no problem. The real problem is getting to do all the paralogues in time because there are so many paralogues pre-time skip, and until chapter 9 or 10 at least, you will only have 1 or 2 battle points. So getting them all done in time and getting all the quests done in time is really difficult. I really wished I had put some of those paralogues or some of those quests into the second half of the game, where you do actually have more time than you know what to do with. Like in the second half of the game, we're going to be so bored.
This place has so many breathtaking works of art. I feel like I'm living in a museum. Each piece can teach us about styles and techniques from 1,000 years ago. Oh yes, very much. I'm from a family of merchants, so I've been able to see a lot of art.
Oh, that's nice. Chapter 7, that's, I think, the battle of the eagle and the lion, so the big mock battle. Good luck with that. First playthroughs are fun.
Those Abyssian idiots. All they ever do is cause trouble. We'd best purge the entire underbelly of Garrett Mach.
Excuse you? How are you talking about my precious ashen wolves? I should bonk you over the head with my sword right now, sir. You keep your hands off of the abyss, okay? Like, no. Some of these NPCs are so racist. And so classist. And all kinds of ists. Yeah, we still don't know what this crest is. Hooray. Okay, we are actually going to save here because we are going to take faculty training from Manuela. And if we want to get Byleth into Pegasus Knight very fast, then we need to make sure that she gets the ranks very fast. So we might have to save scum a little bit here because whether you get a good result or a great result is kind of random. And we are aiming for a great result in flying. So let's see if we can make that happen.
Did you hear? There's news of someone in the kingdom raising an army. The kingdom, the empire, the alliance. They do love a good war, don't they? Spilling the blood of young men and women. And for what? Just to enjoy the horror of it? Would you be so kind as to do me a favor?
Alright, let's see. Nope. Screw that. Give me a good result, please. Manuela. Not a good result, a great result. Are you playing as the Black Eagles? I've played as the Black Eagles too. They were my third house, I think. I first started as the Blue Lions, then I did the Golden Deer, if I remember correctly, and then I did the Black Eagles.
Did you hear? Keep spilling. Would you be so kind as to do me a favor?
And while I think both their routes had potential, I don't know, like with the Black Eagles, a lot of them, the more I play the game, the less I like them. That sounds harsh, but it's unfortunately the truth. But yeah, both I think the Black Eagles, they had potential, but it didn't turn out as well as it should have.
Did you hear? The king spilling. Would you be so kind? Would you be so kind as to do me a favor?
Okay, fine.
I simply must thank you.
I give up. I don't want to sit here safe scumming forever. We already abused Costas yesterday, so I don't want to have to do any more of this. A drawing of a circle used to activate magic probably belongs to someone interested in magic and crests. That would be Hanuman, which we don't have to care about Hanuman right now because Hanuman will be recruitable for no cost and with no issues in Chapter 8, so we don't care. Let's see about the books. We did read these two. We did read these.
Professor, I heard that you may battle alongside Catherine. Even among the knights, she is something special. A holy knight who is able to wield a hero's relic. Still, she can be a mite difficult.
That's one way to put it. Alliance nobles. Yeah, let's go with that. Last week we read up on the Fargus nobles, so this time let's read up on the Alliance nobles. House Regan, so that's Claude. Leading House of the Leicester Alliance, descendants of one of the 10 elites in the Crescent Moon War of 881. So that's about 200 years ago at this point in the game. They spearheaded the move toward independence from the kingdom as well as establishment of a republic of its former vassals. They have held the esteemed responsibility of leading the Alliance Round Table ever since. About the kingdom before the king's founding. Yeah. Duke Regan's heir Godfrey died in an accident while on duty. We will actually find out more about this event in the, I think in one of the paralogues. Was it a paralogue for Lawrence or the paralogue for Raphael and Ignaz? I'm not entirely sure. Those two are kind of tied up with each other. While he did leave behind a surviving daughter, she's presently unaccounted for. I'm going to give spoilers here for Verdant Wind for a second, because we are not going to play Verdant Wind. And even in Verdant Wind, it's not fully explained, it's just hinted in the supports between Claude and other people. But spoilers, the woman they are talking about, Tiana for Unregan, she's Claude's mom. She fucked off to Elmira and married the Elmiran king. House Goneril, descendants of the 10 elites, so that is Hilda's house, tasked with military strikes and defense against the Elmiran army, mostly due to its territory position in the east. Lord Holtz, the next head of the house, is widely renowned as the Alliance's bravest general, but apparently Holtz does not have a crest, because later when you get the hero's relic that is connected to House Goneril, he hands it over to Hilda, explicitly saying you can use it, which implies that he can't. So apparently he does not have a crest. I'm not sure if this was how do you say it, retconned in Three Hopes, because I know that some stuff was retconned in Three Hopes, like for example Casper's dad not having a crest, or there only being one major crest of Keyhole in the entire world. Stuff like that was retconned in Hopes, which is part of the reason why I don't really care about Hopes. House Odelia, this is Lysithia. A house of counts with land in the east of Leicester territory. I cannot talk today. In 1167 it was involved in House Rim's rebellion, and the empire retaliated by repeatedly meddling in the house's internal affairs, leading to a sharp decline in its noble standing. What they do not tell you here is that it also led to House Odelia basically losing all of its heirs. And to all the horrible, horrible things that Lysithea has gone through. Which is why it always bothers me when people say, oh, Lysithea is an honorary Black Eagle. It's like, there's nobody in the Alliance, in the Golden Deer, who has more reason to hate the Empire, and actually says that they hate the Empire. But she is an honorary Black Eagle? No. Like, I'm sorry, that's... That is one of those takes that just always like, I'm sorry, we're gonna have to agree to disagree here. It's just not working for me. House Gloucester, this would be Lawrence. Current head of the house is ambitious, excels at public relations, and has an influential voice among the 5 noble families with voting rights at the Leicester Round Table. And he is an obnoxious pain in the ass who constantly works against Claude, as you find out in Word and Wind. And he's a bit of a devious snake who sometimes has people assassinated. House Edmund, a house of margraves with land in the north of Leicester territory. Its beneficial trade policies, emphasizing fair use of its personal harbours, have awarded the house a great deal of clout, to such a degree that it was eventually accepted into the ranks of the 5 great lords of the Alliance. So you find out, I'm not sure if we read about it here, yeah, Daphnel lost its power due to internal discord. So basically the Alliance has a round table of 5 lords that rules the Alliance, and Daphnel, of which Ingrid's house is an offshoot of, Daphnel was one of those, but the problem with Daphnel is that basically they haven't had any crests for a while, their influence has waned. And then you had Margrave Edmund, who was basically like, okay, this is, you had Margrave Edmund who was basically good at trade relations and brought in a lot of money and brought in a lot of financial support. And so Edmund instead got this seat in the house and is now part of the Round Table. So yeah, we have that. And we're going to look at the other books some other time. Like I said, I don't want to spend just an entire week in the library. And I see something else at work has popped up. Alright, so that's actually going to take a little bit longer to deal with. So we're going to talk to Gerald. Then we're going to give the item back to Rhea, and then we're going to take a quick 10 to 15 minute break, and then I'll be back.
Castle Gaspar, eh? I've been there once before, many years ago. It was by request of the son of that family, Christoph, I think it was. I have a request.
Alright, so this is basically the quest that unlocks
Thanks for your help.
The hidden items, the lost items, and we already found his. It was an old flask that smelled of alcohol, so here you go, get your liquor, Dad. And he gives us in return a teddy bear, a whetstone, and riding boots. Aww. That was a fair trade, I think. And these other gifts, hang on a second. And the other items that we just got, we can use them as gifts. So, yeah. I just want... Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So, I guess we don't have to stop the stream after all. One of my colleagues is handling it.
As a member of the church yourself, I hope that you will take that to heart.
I don't remember what I'm supposed to take to heart, but here is your lost elegant hair clip.
Yes, that is surely mine. I appreciate you bringing this to me.
Boop, there we go. Okay. Well, in this case, I guess we're not stopping stream. We're moving on.
Professor.
Doop, 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 doop. But I am gonna give my colleague a little bit of help here, just for a moment. So let me just take a moment. This is only gonna take a minute, so I'm just gonna keep standing here. Actually, you know what, guys? I'm gonna put on another support for you guys while we wait here, so it's not just boring waiting. Let's go for Azure supports while I sort this work stuff out, and